Well, good morning, everybody. Game time, Brian, otherwise known as the mailman. I'll always be the mailman. More on that. We have a fork in the road coming up for game time, but we need to let things play out. Stay tuned for that. We should know in a week or so. But good morning, everybody. We sit here 1 week from tomorrow from Dallas Cowboys players reporting late in the afternoon in Oxnard. So 1 week from tomorrow night, they will be in Oxnard, sleep in their beds, awaiting the 22nd of July, which for all NFL teams, most NFL teams, will be reporting and doing some work. What work? We will, they're going to gradually get into it, but we are excited here. We are very excited about this. More importantly, for me personally, my channel, we got a lot planned. Some things are going to be curbed until next year. I will be live streaming some games. Probably not many Cowboy games. I'm going to focus on a post-game Primetime Phil. We're going to do a pre-game on Primetime's Phil's channel. And then we're going to do a post game on my channel. I think, and we're going to it'll be Cowboys centric, but it'll also, as we like to do, focus on the NFC East. We cover if they have played that. If they had played a game, a lot of times they won't play a game because it's prime time, but we're going live after the Cowboy game. Yes, we are right here. So we're going to break it down. We're going to break the games down. We're going to break the stats down. We're going to break down some highlights around the NFL, but we're going to keep it, to the NFC East. I like it. I like it. I like it. We got some more plans coming. I've been kicking this around a while, but just kind of thinking I want to do my regular Wednesday show. We'll be there forever for forever is a long time. The foreseeable future, we're going to keep the Wednesday night NFC East clash. It's doing well. We're going to tweak it. I apologize for the Zoom. Once everybody's allowed in, we're going to tweak it. I'm going to do an every Sunday morning type show, too. I've been thinking about it. A good friend has brought it up. Ultra brought it up. He was like, yeah, you should do one every Sunday. I think that would be good. And then we were going to mix in a ladies show, I definitely want to do that. We brought that up. Definitely bring in the ladies show. So I'm calling on D. Carrier. We need D. We need Elena Walker. We need Linda Conyers. We need more women to be a part of the show, part of the Zoom crew. Again, there's 2 levels. It's $4.99. But as you see, I do 2-3 shows a month. We need to get a ladies show together. Who knows? We could use Momo as one of the ladies for now, if need be. Just joking, Momo. Just joking. Please don't call Mark on me. Just joking, Momo. We care about you, Momo. We do. We care about you. But we all got to calm down. It's YouTube. YouTube, you need to have a thick skin or you're not going to last. I was telling Ultra, I said, I don't have a thick skin. He's like, yeah, I'm pretty rough on people, but I don't care. I'm like, you do, listen, everybody's going to judge me. It doesn't matter what I do. Somebody's going to be upset. So you know what? You should just do what we want to do, right? And let the consequences. So, but circling back, Vinny Hagan, I want to focus on the training camp. Now, we're going to play a video. Hopefully, there's no copyright music in it, but we're going to play a video. I want to get people ready to go. This is brought to you by DallasCowboys.com, and Mickey Spagnola will be showing you a little bit. So hopefully, if there's no video following this, then it got copyrighted, but I don't think it will. But I'm going to stop it as I go, and we'll comment on it, okay? So we will do that. So let's rock and roll.
This is the 18th year the Cowboys have spent time in Oxnard, California, all right here at the River Ridge Sports Complex. In fact, this actually will be the 45th year the team has trained in the state of California. Having spent 27 consecutive years conducting practices up the 101 in Thousand Oaks from 1963 through 1989. This summer will mark the start of a new era for the Dallas Cowboys. Brian Schottenheimer named the 10th head coach in franchise history, and joining the first-time head coach will be practically an entirely new coaching staff, including all three coordinators. Clayton Adams, the offensive coordinator, Matt Eberflus, the defensive coordinator, and Nick Sorensen, the special teams coordinator. Now there are...
Well, let's pause it there. Nick Sorensen, right? Here, let me switch the camera on you. I haven't done these videos in a while. Let's see if that's any better. Okay, here we go. Nick Sorensen. We like John Fossil. I like John Fossil. I did. I like John Fossil. But what I didn't like is all the gambling and not being on the same page with the head coach. Again, John Fossil, you can't crap on him on the way out the door. John Fossil did a wonderful job. He did. But it's just time to move on. Again, I was just dumbfounded at some of the fake punts, but that's a desperate team trying to find a spark on a team that was injury riddled and not very good last year. So he moves on. Nick Sorensen, enter Nick Sorensen. Again, you have Cavante Turpin. That's a good place to start.
Are a bunch of familiar faces returning for this season. Number 4 quarterback Dak Prescott, back from last year's season-ending injury, ready to go. Number 88, Pro Bowl wide receiver CeeDee Lamb. Number 73, Pro Bowl guard Tyler Smith. Number 11, Pro Bowl defensive ace Micah Parsons. And number 9, Pro Bowl receiver, return man Cavante Turpin. And for sure, number 17, Pro Bowl kicker Brandon Aubrey. Other notable players returning are number 26, 2023 Pro Bowl cornerback Deron Bland.
Deron Bland, big year for Bland. Bland needs a big year. He's in a contract year. Will they extend Bland? Will they let him go? I know there's a school of thought for both. I was shocked that they addressed the Trayvon Diggs early. Don't ask me why. Maybe it's just Trayvon's people wanted to play ball. Maybe it's as simple as Trayvon Diggs' people wanted to play ball. And some might say, well, it burned Dallas in the ass because of the injury. Well, Trayvon Diggs is on field looking real good, looking ready to go week 1, which is big, which is huge. Again, all this shit talking aside, there needs to be, when you play us, okay, now there's no more excuses, right? If he's ready to go, then he's ready to go. And we will praise him and call the trolls out on all their mouth, or we're going to rip them and say, well, yeah, maybe you guys were right. To be determined, because when Trayvon is healthy, he's a walking interception. But Deron Bland, in a final year of a deal, don't know. I don't know. Me and people disagree. I'm kind of on the wait and see, right? I don't feel like we have to sign Bland right now. I think we need to see a little bit more leaves fall, right, Jerry? We need to see some leaves fall. We need to see how he's going to come back, from that foot injury. He came back last year, but he was never right. That foot injury is nasty. That's the same foot injury that our ex-slot corner, Jordan Lewis had. It's nasty. So it's basically a break. It's not good. So very, very excited about the secondary. Savon Ravel. We're going to do a video on Savon. Savon Ravel. Donovan Ezaraco. Nobody, and I mean nobody, not one team can be more excited than their rookies than should the Dallas Cowboys. No team. The first 4 rounds of the draft, on paper, Dallas Cowboys killed it. Now we're going to judge what they do after that. But Deron Bland, it's a big year yet of one of many players playing on a final year.
Number 7, two-time Pro Bowl cornerback Trayvon Diggs. Number 97, defensive tackle Osa Odigizua. But while starting this new season, the Cowboys are bringing in a slew of new faces, including 10 draft choices, highlighted by first-round draft choice guard Tyler Booker. Also, the Cowboys have been busy this offseason either trading for or signing veteran free agents, totaling 14 more new players. This group is highlighted by trading for wide receiver George Pickens, linebacker Kenneth Murray, and cornerback Kaiir Elam. While
getting a lot of flack about Kenneth Murray and Kaiir Elam. Kenneth Murray, you're going to find out about Kenneth Murray. Team captain, right? A tackling machine, thumper. Okay, where he struggles, in my opinion, is the sideline aspect. But when you open your minds and you hope that this man can stay healthy, Maris Leofau is healthy. He is a sideline type of a leader, okay? He may not start because the new defensive coordinator, but Maris Leofau is that guy. But DeMarvion Overshown, who's not going to start out the year on the field, again, we worry about Overshown. He's a guy who has a lot of talent, but if Overshown could stay healthy in concert with a Kenneth Murray, I know Kenneth's on a one-year deal. He's a University of Oklahoma local guy. He's going to want to stay. Kaiir Elam has been turning heads in shorts. That's what we do, right? That's what the trolls are going to say. So far, so good. He's tall. He's lanky. Again, he's a part of the equation. He's playing for a contract. He's desperate, right? He's wounded. And you know what they say? A wounded animal is a dangerous animal. And we have a lot of wounded animals, not physically, mentally wounded. Their egos are wounded. And that only helps the Cowboys this year. We'll worry about next year.
Signing free agents like Solomon Thomas and running backs Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders.
There you go. You're going to sleep on Miles.
You might need a program to familiarize yourselves right along with the rest of us with all these new players. Hey, including myself, figuring out just who is wearing what number.
Yeah.
On most days, the Cowboys will practice twice a day. The first, late morning, that is open to the public, and the second, a closed walkthrough practice that is mostly a review and teaching session. Preparing you guys for what you'll be seeing, the Cowboys will open the practice with a stretching session, followed by some individual drills, special teams drills.
Only the Dallas Cowboys are going to give you an itinerary of how they practice. Only America's team. Yeah, that's going to dig in. That's just what they do. Then you'll wonder why everybody knows their shit, right? You got people staying at the camp in one of the rooms, spying on the, sometimes less is more. But it's exciting for the fans. Hopefully it leads to something.
Some kicking sessions, one-on-one pass rush sessions, one-on-one drills pitting the wide receivers and running backs and tight ends against the defensive backs and linebackers. There will be team drills consisting of 11-on-11 periods along with 7-on-7 sessions. By the way, if you see players wearing red jerseys on the field, those are the quarterbacks. The red warning the defensive players to keep their hands off. And not a soul better be laying hands on Dak for sure. Hope everyone enjoys their time at practice, and to keep up with what's going on here during training camp, while you guys are away, we'll be right here watching just for you. Go to DallasCowboys.com.
Well, there you go. That's a brief heads up on what's going to happen with the Cowboys. We touched on a few names. Dallas brought in way more names than that were highlighted there. And we have plenty of time to talk about them. We have 3 preseason games. You won't see many starters. Be curious to see what they do with Tyler Booker in the preseason. I don't think you're going to see Pickens in any real live action. I want to see. You're asking me as we go into the training camp, Who do we want to see? We want to see Jalen Tolbert. I think Jalen Tolbert may not get as much run. I mean, in practice, but in the games, you're not going to see him as much. I think Jalen Tolbert is ingrained as the number three. But Jonathan Mingo, Jalen Brooks, Jalen Moreno Cropper, Ryan Flournoy, not not counting the rookie Deshaun Holdings out of Oregon. Look, we will tell you right here as it's going along. If you're not seeing a lot of these certain guys, maybe they're hiding them to get them onto the practice squad. Watch out for Trayshawn Holdings, a speedster, a tall guy out of University of Oregon. He's a sleeper. I'm going to keep this short because I might do a live stream. But my main thing is, is that you know, my main thing. Sorry about that. My main thing is to maximize your roster. Okay, we have a lot of defensive ends. We have a lot. More importantly, we have a lot of wide receivers. Let's flip some guys, right? Let's flip some guys. If Mingo is going nuts, then maybe we could look to move some other people. Obviously, not your top two. I don't think Tolbert's going anywhere. I don't think Tolbert is going anywhere. I think they're going to let him play out his final year of his deal. Dak likes Tolbert. Tolbert may find a perfect role with the Cowboys now that he's not a number two guy. He might. I think if Tolbert's going to make it in this league, it's going to be with Dallas. I think if he goes somewhere else, as we've seen from the jump from college to high school, from high school to college, and then again, there's always a delay in his productivity, and then from a college to the pros, we saw it again. He needs to settle in. In the NFL, you don't have that much time to settle in. Last year, he had almost 700 yards. He had 7 touchdowns. Again, that's great for a number 3 wide receiver. So, but I'm very curious to see Mingo. It's now or never for Jalen Brooks. It's now or never for Ryan Flournoy. It's now or never. I liked Jalen Moreno Cropper. He reminds me of a Cavante Turpin. Not quite as explosive, but a better wide receiver, in my opinion. But that's just an opinion. I know people, Cavante's great. Okay, we'll have to see. We know we get him into the jet sweeps. We get the ball in hands. The smoke screens. That's great. And then the occasional 9 route, which they didn't do nearly as much as I would have liked. But the long drag routes, like the crossing, that's what I want to see. It's hard to keep up with a guy like that. Just look at Deshaun Jackson. This is the type of, he's probably faster than Deshaun was. Not as accomplished as a wide receiver, even though he was a beast with the UFL. Where Cavante Turpin struggles is maturity. And speaking of that, before we get out of here, I want to talk about a couple things because only the Dallas Cowboys, right? Only the Dallas Cowboys. If Dallas, he had less than 2 ounces of weed, Cavante, and he had a gun. I got news for everybody out there. Most of them have guns, and it's a personal preference. They need, because of the money they make, they feel the need to protect themselves. They don't have faith necessarily in people protecting them, and I'll just leave it at that. That is Charles Barkley carried a gun. Michael Jordan, they all carried guns. The issue I have with Cavante was he was immature when he was stopped. He wasn't under the influence. He just didn't handle it right. Okay? He's an immature guy. And this comes off of him having an issue in Cleveland, an assault charge that he was never really charged on, which is why he was drafted in I put in the comments. But anyway, Turpin, I think I'm getting him confused with another guy out of Cleveland. Yeah, I am. I'm getting him confused with the defensive tackle. But regardless, Cavante Turpin had an issue in college. Okay, he's a little immature, but it's obviously what we're seeing here with Kinshawn Judkins. I love the player out of Ohio State. He's a beast. He's a tough, physical runner. Kind of reminds me of Zeke, maybe without the explosion. I don't think he's quite as fast as Zeke was. Put in the comments if I'm wrong. But running back Keyshawn Judkins, a second-round draft pick in April, has been arrested in Florida. Judkins is being held on the following charges: touch or strike, battery, domestic violence. If this were to happen to a Dallas Cowboys player, it would be all over everywhere. It would be every news show, but because it's Cleveland, you're not hearing much about it, all right? Judkins, a former star at Ohio State and Mississippi, apparently remains in custody. The arrest happened yesterday. The 36 overall pick in the draft is just one of 30 unsigned, and I want to touch on that before we get out of here. Second-round picks. There's 30 unsigned second-round picks, along with the Cowboys and the Eagles. The only two people who have signed their second-round picks is Houston, who gave it's a top of the second round, fully guaranteed money, and I believe, put in the comments, I believe it's either Cleveland is the other team. So, but put in the comments, but I know it's Houston was one of them. Houston is, or is it Cincinnati? But regardless, Keyshawn Judkins just heard his case, but he will. Beyond the situation, the incident makes Judkins susceptible to potential discipline by the league and under the personal conduct policy, even though he has yet to sign a contract. He does fall within the parameters of being fined and or suspended. Keyshawn Judkins, expect to miss some time, brother, and money. So I think now I would hold out for as much because, you're a running back. Try and get as much of that guaranteed money because they're going to take some of it. So get ready, young man. Start making wise choices. Start making some wise choices. The last thing I want to talk about is TJ Watt. TJ Watt. All right. Sorry about that. TJ Watt. I'll be here. No. There has been no inquiries made to other teams about trading for Watt, according to sources. In an appearance earlier in the day on 93.7, The Fan. However, Mark Caboli, who is Mark Caboli? Who is Mark Caboli? I guess he's a local beat writer. Mark Caboli, who serves as he's a Steelers correspondent for the McAfee show. Okay. So they're basically, Mark Caboli said something that seems contradictory on the face, even if it isn't. On the question of what Steelers could get in a trade for TJ Watt, it would be a first-round pick, a second-round pick, etc., Cabali said of the Steelers. They are obviously inquiring to see what that might be. I don't know that it'll be a first-round pick because of the money you're going to have to give him and his age. I would say a second, but of course they're going to float out a first-round pick. But who the heck knows? When co-host Andrew Filippini seemed alarmed by the claim, I'm sure that due diligence there at this point, right? So basically, they are looking to trade TJ Watt. Will they ultimately trade TJ Watt? I don't believe they will, but they are looking to do so. Obviously, the numbers that TJ's throwing out, I believe it's a Zach Martin type situation. He wants to get paid for services rendered and services in the future. So that is what is going on. So stay tuned on that. We'll try and have a live stream. In the future, I'm going to try and do it earlier in the morning, maybe a brunch stream every Sunday. Again, I do have to work around Primetime Phil and what he wants to do and when he wants to do it. Normally, prime time is Friday night, Saturday night. So either way, like a Sunday, if I'm home, like a Sunday show works out well. But I'll do one today. What time? I don't know. Stay tuned. I'm going to drop this right now. But yes, we're getting close, people. And really, at the end of the day, health is wealth. We need to see these young guys play. Tyler Booker needs to continue his growth. Tyler Guyton might be the answer to all of our problems or the nightmare that we don't want to deal with. I believe he's going to be very good this year. He started off good last year, and then the stuff in between the ears got in, and these NFL teams took advantage of it. But with that being said, there's really only one more thing to do and say. How about them Cowboys? Yeah! Late.